You see, that's the thing about God. That's the beauty of you building an actual relationship with a father. Once he talks to you, jangan batasin diri lo, harus lihat sesuatu dulu terjadi, harus lihat mujizat atau berkat jatuh dari langit dulu, baru lo percaya, baru lo punya iman. That's the wrong mindset. Well, what do you know? I too learned something out of this video today. You know, that's how it feels when God suddenly call you out like that. So I have the perfect song for you overthinkers atau yang kamu yang suka stress atau masih struggle with faith like me. Let's see. Am I going to read it or am I going to sing? Like, who am I to demand stuff from God? It should be like the other way around, and even God did not demand stuff from me, so. Let's talk about stress or overwhelm. I believe it all started from here, our minds. If we overthink, stress is just inevitable. My brain immediately thought of Thanos. Like, I even do the snap. Like, oh my god, I need to stop. Anyway, for example, if we have a lot of things to do in a day, we will instantly switch to panic mode.
Like, oh my god, how am I going to do all of this? How am I going to finish all of this?
You know, like, we start to freak out. I used to be the kind of person who always stress out or freak out about every single thing. Kenapa sedikit, like, my anxiety would literally skyrocket. Like, I could not just chill out. There's always got to be something in my mind. Even when I'm about to sleep, my mind would not let me sleep, okay? It would not shut off. I'm always anxious all the time. I did not have the guts to do anything by myself. I get social anxiety. I'm always over preparing things. It's just chaos up here. So point being, today I want to share with you the things that I do to calm myself down, or at least calm the storm that is constantly happening up here. I always tell myself or remind myself these three things. If I start to overthink, stress, or if my mind starts to race, I always tell myself that I need to let God work. I already do my part as best as I could. Now I need to let God do His work. That's the first thing. Second, I need to trust God's timing. I need to trust His timing. Third, I might not understand anything right now, but it all would make sense at the end. So let God work, trust His timing, and I always tell myself it all would make sense at the end. And here's the thing, you do not need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need to rush, there's plenty of time. Don't rush yourself and don't rush God. Most of us tend to rush God's timing unintentionally, but we used to do that. I used to rush God's timing, and I used to demand stuff that He promised me. Like, God, you say this, you promised me this and that, but I did not see it. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm such an ungrateful daughter. Like who am I to demand stuff from God? It should be like the other way around, and even God did not demand stuff from me. So because I tend to rush God's timing and I tend to demand stuff from Him, He kind of gave me a understanding or a vision. So He showed, warning, I'm going to sound crazy, but He showed me a agenda where He already wrote down everything and when will it happen. So from the time, place, date, just everything in detail. And once it was written down, it would not surpass the time that has been written down. Jadi simpelnya gini, kalau Tuhan udah schedule sesuatu, ya udah, nggak bisa diganggu gugat. Kalau Tuhan udah buka pintu, Tuhan udah buka jalan, nggak ada yang bisa tutup. Kalau Tuhan udah merencanakan sesuatu atau mau ngelakuin sesuatu atas hidup lo, nggak ada yang bisa gagal. Let's say God promised me that I would hit 1K subs on April 1st at 2 p.m. while I'm still in bed. It would happen. Like, God knows it all. He sees all. He knows when and how we're going to die. Like, He knows it all till we're at the end of the line. So point being, trust Him and trust His timing. I want to quickly remind you that God has planned out everything in your life down to the smallest detail. He knows everything that you need to face, all the trials. He knows it all. Dia tahu semua kebutuhan kamu, and He has provided all. Everything is ready, everything is in line, ready for you when you needed it. You have everything that you could possibly need. Like, God has equipped you with everything that you need, and you are ready to face everything in your life. So I have the perfect song for you overthinkers atau yang kamu yang suka stress atau masih struggle with faith like me. So the song is called God is Able, Hillsong. Aku nggak terlalu hafal nadanya, jadi let's see, am I going to read it or am I going to sing? Jadi aku akan ambil bagian yang paling plok buat aku aja. So it goes like this. God is with us, He will go before, He will never leave us. He will never leave us. God is for us. He has open arms. He will never fail us. He will never fail us. Lifted up, He defeated the grave. Raised to life, our God is able. In His name we overcome. For the Lord our God is able. Segitu ya. So walk with God, let Him guide you, and don't depend on yourself nor anyone. You can only depend and trust God. Period. If you're struggling with something, tell God about it, because He listens and He is working at all times. If something is bothering you, go to God, tell Him about it, and let it go. Don't overthink it, don't stress about it. And I think I've said this in my previous video. If you go to God, if you come to God and all you do is cry, He understands you. Dia Bapa tuh mengerti bahasa air mata. Now God listens and will answer your prayer, but I'm not saying that. Let's say you have an exam, and I'm not saying that all you need to do is ask God to help you with your exam and you don't do any studying. That's not what I'm saying. Because you also need to take action. You need to be proactive. Don't be stagnant. You need to be ready. You need to be ready to accept your blessings when the time comes. So you do your part and God will do His part. It's sort of like a teamwork. Kamu perlu ingat dan tahu kalau Tuhan itu wants to help you, but you need to let Him. Okay, wow. Disclaimer, I'm going to sound crazy again. I even think that I'm crazy 24/7, but God says that some of you tend to put up unnecessary walls around you, so it's like you're shutting God out or shutting God down without you realizing it. So other example would be you kind of act as if you don't need any help, or you kind of feel guilty for asking God for help. Wait, that's well, what do you know? I too learned something out of this video today. You know, that's how it feels when God suddenly call you out like that. That happened to me multiple times. You see, that's the thing about God. That's the beauty of you building an actual relationship with a father. Once He talks to you, mind blown. He likes to call you out. Just so you know. I'm sorry, I still can't get over the fact that that just happened. That God just called me out like that in a video. Listen to His guidance, listen to His voice. He wants to help you, guide you, He wants you to learn. And come on, He sacrificed Himself for you so you can be free. Masa sih Dia gak mau bantu kamu dengan kehidupan sehari-hari kamu, like your work, study, finances, and so on. Don't limit yourself by having to see something to happen first, then you believe. Jangan batasin diri lo, harus lihat sesuatu dulu terjadi, harus lihat mujizat atau berkat jatuh dari langit dulu, baru lo percaya, baru lo punya iman. That's the wrong mindset. Don't go acting kayak lo nggak punya Tuhan. You have a Lord and Savior. Remember that. I know that my God will provide whatever it is that I need. The key is you need to stick to the source. Harus nempel sama sumbernya. Then you need to cleave to Him. You need to make sure that you're constantly in His presence. Seek Him. I like to tell myself that God is working for me, in me, and through me. Jadi semua berkat, talenta, atau all our capabilities, it all comes from God. Again, God is working for me, in me, and through me. Jadi tanpa Tuhan, kita nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain. Nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain, juga nggak punya apapun. Hikmat, kepintaran, semua ya dari Tuhan. Remember that everything in this world is temporary and everything in this world will fade. But God's grace, His promises will last forever. His mercy, His love is everlasting. Here's the thing, no matter what trials you've been through or whatever setbacks you have, God is building you through all of that. God never stops working on you or crafting you. You might not notice it, but you will get stronger coming out of every battle. It's important to spend time with God every single day. Connect with Him, let your spirit recharge. Just like a phone, you need to charge it. Dan gak perlu lama-lama. My time ya, kalau mau tidur, I would play worship music and I would journal, atau kalau lagi mandi, play worship song and have your own mini concert with God. That's what I do sometimes. That's why kalau mau bisa nyampe sejam. That might be TMI, but just being fully transparent here. I want to talk more about, building relationship with God. Because let me tell you, if you go off track, just for like a couple of days, even just for a day, God will hunt you down. That sounds so wrong, but hear me out. I'm human, okay? I have my own personal problems. I'm allowed to have feelings, emotion, and I'm allowed to make mistakes. So, long story short, I've been again going off track, trying to shut God out, because again, my own personal problem. And I kid you not, like my TikTok algorithm used to be just filled with makeup, BTS, comedy, or like that girl type of video, and all of a sudden my TikTok algorithm changed 180 to just spiritual stuff. And let me tell you, all the content there is like a stake to my heart. If I try to skip a video, there's like this urge, like I try to resist it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I try to skip it, but there's this urge or like this voice in my head to just go back to the video and watch it. And once I did, it's like a slap in my face. I feel like I need to say this disclaimer in all my videos. English is not my first language. I only speak English whenever I'm speaking to the camera. Kalau biasa-biasa ya pakai ngomongnya bahasa Indonesia. Period. That's my disclaimer. So God is real. He will hunt you down to the deepest, darkest valleys just to find you because He loves you so much. If you're struggling or going through a hard time, if you're an overthinker, you're stressed out easily, you're depressed or anxious, just know that God is with you at all times. He got your back. You might not understand the trials you're going through right now, but you're going to be victorious and you're going to come out stronger.